Welcome to the ECU Libraries tutorial titled Searching for Evidence-Based Literature in Ovid MEDLINE. For the purposes of this tutorial, we are going to use the same clinical scenario that was presented in the Introduction to Evidence-Based Practice tutorial. As a reminder, in that situation, you have a patient, a 45-year-old woman, who's suffering from clinical depression and is strongly opposed to taking prescription medications. Your patient wants to know if St. John's wort is as effective as traditional antidepressants for treating her symptoms. As you may recall, our PICO formula for this clinical scenario is our P patient is a 45-year-old female with depression. Our I, or the intervention, is St. John's wort. The C, or the comparison, is traditional antidepressants. And the O, or our outcome, is the decrease in depression symptoms. Now, to find evidence-based literature in Ovid MEDLINE, you'll want to go to the Lapis Library website. This is our home page. Ovid MEDLINE is located directly off of our home page in the Popular Resources section. You can click on that to access the resource, and from off campus, you'll be prompted to enter your pirate ID and password. And once you've done so, you will be taken to the search screen. Ovid MEDLINE is one of the resources that works best if you take your topic, subject, or clinical scenario and break it down into individual subject heading searches. So the first search I'm going to do is for depression. We'll explode and continue. We will also do a second search for St. John's wort. Different list of subheadings, and we'll continue. And third will be the antidepressants. Find that from the list of subject headings and explode. Continue. And once you've entered all of your individual subject headings, you can check the box to combine all of your selections with and to get the 104 articles that are most relevant to this search. Since the key to finding evidence-based literature lies in finding which of these articles are most relevant to your particular patient and which ones are backed by the highest level of evidence, we'll want to go here in the search box. Below this says additional limits. That's where you want to click to access the list of limits. Make sure you're limiting the search you want to limit. We have a female patient, so we'll go with that. Our age is 45, and since that's on the cusp of adult and middle-aged, I will hold down the control key and select both adult and middle-aged. I'm going to do the same thing in the publication types. We're going to add case reports, clinical trials, holding that control key down to find meta-analyses, practice guidelines, randomized control trials, systematic reviews, and that's an acceptable sample. And then once you've applied all of your limits, you click Limit a Search, and we find of those 104 articles, 20 that are most relevant to my particular patient's scenario. You'll scroll down here to get this list of 20 results. You click on the Find It button to access the full text of the article, or you can click on the article title to get that wonderful list of mesh terms. You can see why this particular article came up in the search, and in many instances have a nice abstract. Going back to the search results, since this process is often trial and error as you find the correct subject terms and you find the correct limits to apply, it might be worth your time to set up a free account in Ovid, and then you can save your searches and run the search periodically to see if anything new has been published. You can always ask a librarian if you get stuck or need help with any step of this process. And this concludes the Searching for Evidence-Based Literature in Ovid MEDLINE tutorial.